Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Will, and we are back with some more Genshin Impact today. As you can see, we are not in Fontaine, but we are in Sumeru, in the little Fairy Kingdom area. And that's because I was doing some hard grinding over the week, trying to collect some, like, sigils and get some, upgrades for the statue since we're so close. And I believe I have enough to get one level up from here, so I wanted to do that on stream. Honestly, I was surprised with some of these that I found, that they were in early areas, and I was like, what the shit? Why are they here? What was it? The, yeah, the Oculum? Or Oculi? Alright, so we got one. We're up to level 9. I think 10 is cap. So we just need to do 40 more. And I'm pretty sure those are all in the desert areas. Because, good lord, was I searching? Like, a lot of the ones I found were still in the opening area. And in fact, quite a few of them were on, like, the border between Liyue and Fontaine. And I'm like, Liyue and Sumeru. I was super surprised how many were, like, over in that area. And I'm like, holy shit. How did I miss so many? I also got some sigils. So, whoa. Actually, wait, hold on. We got a key. Okay, we got a key. Nope, that's the wrong one. Down. Okay, we got a key. Let's go turn that key in. I think right here is one. I have not been the best at marking the oh yeah, there's one right there. Let's go to that one. Marking all the mausoleums in the area. Oh, and I think I see something up there. Yeah, we still need to finish up this area because there's still a mechanic that's in this area we have yet to be able to do. There's like these little swirling balls of air that I just cannot break through, and it's like, I don't know what we need to get through those. Still. Like, it's how many months later, and we still don't have the fucking thing for that. It's insane. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I thought this was for mausoleums, but apparently no, there's something else here.
Time to act.
Huh.
Time to act.
This is what I hate about it. Like, we haven't been here in a long time, and there's, like, no hints for anything.
No, my sword! Huh? Let me weave you a verse. Time to act.
It's not even... Yeah, it's not even for a high-level chest. It's for, like, a barely mid-level. Oh, whoa, what? There's a whole new... Oh my god, there's still new things in the desert? Okay, yeah, I gotta say, the desert area sucks so bad. Just because there's so much interwoven bullshit. It's insane.
Body and mind. Huh?
Right, so there's that. That just needs to be hit from both sides. There we go. Okay. Alright.
Time to act.
I like that they did carry over the books from the first desert area over to the second. I do like that part of it. Alright. Well, we got that unlocked. I think that was the final bit. And I don't know what the hell this is for. This looks like there should be some sort of interactable something, but it's not. No, drop, dude. Drop. I hate that so much. Alright.
Excellent.
I got used to Zelda, so now drop is like X for me, and it's like that is literally the opposite controls. Ah! Okay, well, we completed that without actually meaning to. I could have sworn I marked multiple mausoleums. I don't see any over there. I'm pretty sure I already got the one here, but let's teleport over there and see. This is gonna be rough. There's only, I think, 2 mausoleums left.
Martial arts, but perfect weather for reading.
Yep, there's one right there.
Hey,
I guess it's still active.
Ridiculous look for.
Okay.
You look as if you're trying to decipher some strange text written on my forehead.
I think I can't remember if the max level of them are 10 or 12. Because if it's 10, that means there's only one mausoleum left. I think after stream, I'll probably find all the mausoleum locations and just finally have them all put out on the map. I've been meaning to do that for months, and I never got around to it. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is because the treasure chests here usually give us a shitload of sigils, and I don't remember how many sigils we have right now.
Treasure.
And this might be enough to put us for a second. Maybe not. But it's crazy. We need 40 more of the oculi to hit the next level. And it's like, really? It felt like I was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel when I was just getting the final few for that last one. So it's like, it's got to be in the final 2 desert areas that were given to us is where I'm missing them, probably, like, somehow. Even though I feel like I did a good job trying to collect all of them. Although there is some weird underground shit everywhere, so that's probably where some of it comes into play. Alright, let's see. Do we have enough to buy 2, or is it still just 1? What? Oh my god, I didn't even have enough for 1. I thought I had already 30. Holy shit. Okay. Make the offering then. Weird, I thought I had enough to get some here. Luckily, we went and did that. Alright. Next one's crown. Useless, useless, useful. Alright, and I don't know what our wishes are at right now. Let's check. Okay, what did we get here? Unlock all the shrines. Steps in the following area, some arrow. Oh. Okay. And then let's go shop. I don't think I can buy anything. Yeah. These are still like waiting for turnover. And yeah, shit, we only have, we don't even have 1,000 Primo Gem yet. And then, yeah, this we need. Yeah. We're close to a 5-star. I'm gonna coin flip it, whether or not we should do this or not. Coin flip. Okay, I'm gonna go heads. We do it. Tails, we don't. Here we go. Flip coin. Tails. All right, we're not doing it.
I never gonna.
Moving on. We're going to Fontaine, and we're going to be continuing the main story that we were doing. Yeah, we put a lot into the one with Rex on the card. So it's like if we did that, we might have gotten a 5-star, but it wouldn't have been Rex. Hell, we can still pull it on the card with him, and there's still odds that we won't actually get him as the 5-star, which is fucking frustrating to no end for me. That they do that. It's like if you have a card with a specific 5-star on it, that should be the 5-star you get when you pull one. Oh.
So well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
I just noticed on her arm, near her bow, it has her vision. Did not think... Actually, it makes sense that she's a Geo based on, like, her outfit.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
It's like we haven't had a good Geo character in quite a while.
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Oh, wow. What did we get? Once upon a time. Oh. It's very specific? Okay. It's in the above world. Where we used to live in the before times. I don't know if there's an exit over here. I think there might be, so yep. That's what the sparkle trail tells me, so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, no, it's telling us to go all the way back over here. Wait, what? There's really no exit over here? Hold on.
Body and mind. Body and mind.
There we go. Yeah, there was an exit.
Witness the power of
That was the wrong button. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I had to press a button to grab the ladder. I've played this game for 3 years. God damn it. Bro. I wish this worked like Zelda, where climbing a ladder doesn't necessarily take stamina. Fucking snake eater situation, Christ. There's gotta be a treasure chest hidden somewhere on this climb up. If not, wasted opportunity. Sheesh. Alright. Oh, I should also check events. I don't know if anything started this week. Alright, hold on, let's check events. Oh, nothing new. Okay. We're good. We've already completed all the other 2 events. In fact, I don't even remember from the live stream what events are supposed to happen this month. I was just excited for the new area, as was literally everyone else. I wish camera would move faster. Like the up and down of the camera, it's literally the fastest you can go. It's not great. All right, how much more? All right, we're like right there. That was definitely a long climb. If it really wanted to be cool, it would have just been a straight up ladder where you'd barely be able to make it if you had max stamina. We did it. Yeah, I don't even remember. Let's check here. We've been picking up stuff and whatnot. I don't purposely try to find the stuff we need for these blueprints. Here we go. All right, so we bought the sword. Looks like we'll have enough to buy 2 more. Let's get the claymore. I need to get more of those crystals. I am so happy that they did this. They made the blacksmithing shop useful. And again, that could be something they could add to previous areas and not harm it. Like, give each area a new set that you can buy from the blacksmith, where it's like, yeah, you have to get these materials to buy it from them. It's like, that'd be awesome. I'm still confused and not sure how to get the full set of weapons from Inazuma. I still need to look up how to get the final few, because I know we have like the katana, the claymore, but we don't have the bow or the book. I'm pretty sure it has at least one of those. What am I doing? I should actually talk to her about smithing. Well, then what the hell do these need? Oh shit, yeah, it needs the crystal. Did I already make this one? I can't remember. And I need to check. I don't think, like, you can farm for the other minerals, like those 2, like the metal and the crystal right there. You can just send people out to collect them from the adventurers like station where we always go to for collecting the rewards on the daily quests. But you can't get them to collect that crystal, I don't think, which fucking sucks so bad. Yeah, we got quite a bit here, so let's... I'm pretty sure we don't have one button. Like I was saying, I'm pretty sure we don't have this one made yet, so I'll do that. And which, by the way, I never understood the point of this. The wait time for blacksmithing. It's like, they have that when you're doing like the Serena teapot, and like, okay, I understand that one because that's an actual timer, which can range from minutes to hours, where smithing is always cool. Wait, like 5 seconds. Like this, the forge part is completely useless, man. Although I just remembered. Oh yeah, we don't have anyone for foraging. It's crazy. There's so many characters in this game, yet for certain things like foraging, there's like, what, one character in this entire fucking game that can actually help you with that? It's kind of lame, where it's like, I'm not saying like every other character should have it, but there should be like a good handful of characters for each thing. Like cooking, there's like 4 or 5 characters you can get that can help you. But then like for a lot of the other things where it's an option, there really aren't. There's like maybe 2. And it's like, why? Alright. Well, yay, we got that. I did want to check on the swords. We didn't! I thought we made the sword for this area already. Interesting. Oh yeah, I was also able to get this sword all the way up to a 9. It was at like 80 for a very long time, but I finally done the plunge and got it all the way up. I do want to make more of these because this is like one of the better weapons for Kaya. I wanted to say Dayluk, and I'm like, nope. The other one. Fuck, I need to get these. I have done like next to 0 grinding in any dungeon in Sumeru. It's insane. I don't know if this is actually good for anyone, but I don't care. And then again, we're blocked by this. It's crazy about how many treasure chests and things we've done there, yet we still are having issues getting these because we just do not grind the dungeon. And it's like, really? You can't just give them out in some treasure chests, bro? You killed me. And we're just gonna teleport up there because I can't remember how to get all the way up that wall.
Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. I can't remember if I did any grinding in this area either. Okay, we have a few.
Time to act.
Getting closer. And then yeah, we'll go in here, we'll do this, and once this is done, we'll teleport over to the fountain and turn in our 30. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I did grinding in Sumeru and Fontaine, and maybe I confused the sigils of Fontaine.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
This place does seem guarded. Cue wind sound effect. No one around.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
It's great that we're now attorneys, even though we didn't go to school for that. It's like, you mean you defended one person in the court of public opinion? Well, I'm a lawyer now. That's how that works, right?
Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Don't trust them.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Please come in.
I can't wait until he becomes a playable character.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
You need to speak to the commissioner. Where's Gordon?
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
We're here for vigilante justice. Because I am the knight. And Paimon is my human target that distracts people.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Yes, that's that.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
It was all a dream.
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
It's got to do something with the Archon, right?
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later? Great. Let's go then.
Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, where are we? Oh, we were here before. We were up on that robot thing up there. We never actually went down into this. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. Alright. We come here through, like, the underwater passage before.
Body and mind.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Time to act.
Huh. I did not think that's how this place would come into the main story. I don't know. I thought this might have been like an outpost for like pirates or some shit.
Yep, they might have it good.
Oh, right there. Ah, Alfred.
Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a
Rings
glance,
everywhere.
it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Precisely.
it's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left.
Jesus fuck, this is... Oh my god. I know that they do melodrama in this fucking game, but Jesus fucking Christ. Come on. This is probably... I'm trying to think. This might be the most melodramatic thing in the entire fucking game. He died in a mystery, as he was also dying of a mysterious disease. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Anything else? Did he also have... Was the person that killed him his evil twin brother? But we can't catch him because he fell down an elevator shaft and now he's stuck in the coma? Like, what the fuck?
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
What a fucking
So he
moron.
chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Okay, I was thinking I was gonna like Navia, but they're really giving her the shaft. Like, every other conversation she has, she ends up crying about it. It's just like, motherfucker, like, I get this is supposed to be a big melodrama thing, but come on. It's like, alright, we get it. We just... Like, you don't need to show her crying like literally every other conversation she has about her dad.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
What if I had self-doubt that stopped me? Or other things?
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice, but things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
Unless the persons you were hunting down wasn't themselves, but rather the competition, and they wanted them to get outed so that then they would be the only ones stealing.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
I believe it.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's get into this. Hopefully this will be a lot more interesting than our thing as a lawyer. Let's be a detective. It's still here. All right. We're going to take a quick detour and we're going to go give the sigils to the fountain real quick. And then we'll pop right back. Actually, you know what? We'll also do a boss fight here as well. Really? I think that as a reward is kind of lame, the crescent moon. Oh, and we're getting pretty close. We already have 5. This will bring it up to 7. Alright, I want to run over here. We need to swap who we have on. Yes, these guys are actually kind of tough, and we need a bit of healing.
What's happening?
Alright, we need to do this fight because the new character we got, the brother that does the diving, he needs the item from the boss fight from over here. If I remember correctly, it's this one that he needs. I wish there was like a little bubble next to him so you could see which one's which.
Time to act. Rain outlines your fate.
Burn! Ha!
Take flight! Yeah! Sakura swirl! Fast.
Ha! Ha!
Rain cutter. No, my sword.
My apologies! Ha! Yeah! Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Ha! 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 Time for
There we go. Gotti. This is definitely not taking as long as I thought. Like, it's still taking a minute, but definitely not as bad.
Let me read you a verse. Huh?
Rise. Whirling snow!
burn!
Embrace the ice! Yeah! Go.
No, my sword. Witness the power of Guwa.
Okay, yeah. It's this lighter component. Which I don't know why. Like, for that fight, we were fighting the guy. And then there's a white version of this. And then there's kind of like a darker purple version of this. For some reason, I think of the white one as being part of the woman robot. And then the dark purple one being part of the man robot. But it's actually the reverse. Because I already did this fight a few days ago. And I did the wrong one. And I was like, shit! And I don't think that was even enough for us to be able to level up our character. Oh no, that is just enough. Yeah. All right, sweet. I find it funny that he puts on the helmet and he just kind of seems doofy. Oh. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this is the thing in this game. When we level up. It's just put into such a far back place in my mind. I don't really have to think about it. There's a good reason to level up characters because you can get wishes. Nice. Need a whole bunch of everything. Oh shit, and we have enough to level her up too. Awesome. That was an accident.
My processing.
Let's do all of these, get rid of them. Because we don't need them! They're useless, they're bunk, they're total crap. And yeah, we definitely don't have enough for, yeah. I have not checked on him in forever. Yeah, I haven't really done many fights. Huh?
Wait.
Oh wait, this item. That's a weird pickup in the world that I'm gonna have to take a minute to grind. This one, we never do this fight, ever. I think we've only done this fight 2 times in 3 years. Amber. This one I could probably level up Amber pretty easily. Well, it's getting them up to level 60 is a nice good reward. Yeah, nothing. Also nothing. There's like 4 bosses. There's like so many bosses in the Sumeru area that I have like not really put much time into fighting. That could level up so many different people that I have that are on the lower end. It's once we bump them up to 70. Let's see here. Oh yeah, dude, I always forget this is even a boss fight. Holy shit, I forgot about that one. I think there are not a lot of people that require that item. She does, and then Zhao. And then him. I need to do a lot more of this fight. Find a few more of those. Bruh. Bennett apparently is pretty OP. I still don't understand it. I like his healing. I think it's okay. But I still don't find him that great. Maybe it's the artifacts. Maybe I have to get a good artifact set up for him. And then yeah, I'd really like to get this final level up for him. To get him to be the final... Not final, to be the first bow character that's actually hit 90 for me. Then, see here. Oh, that fight's annoying because it's a wolf and it has bleed. And then, yeah, everyone else. It's insane to me that I got Beto up to 90 and I still don't even really use her.
If you ever want to trade tactics.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to walk down memory lane and see all the shit I need to do, all the grinding. Oh, I don't think I ever noticed this. There's a chair here. It's good to be king. Alright. Oh wait, no. Frick. Once again, frickin' Zelda screwing me over, because it's literally the opposite buttons for accept and exit out. Yeah, accept and back. I like switch, and it's just like, fuck. Which, by the way, can't wait to get back to Zelda tomorrow. I have been vibing with Tears of the Kingdom so fucking hard. It's insane. I knew I'd probably enjoy it more than Breath of the Wild, but I did not think I'd enjoy it as much as I am. You there!
It is settled then.
Fish jockey.
Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
He was kind of an asshole.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you
Nani?
mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day,
Whoa.
he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Okay, wait, hold on. There's a thing to hit with R2 that would pop up in the corner.
I don't know that for sure.
Weird, you can access it during conversation.
But you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Huh.
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was sick.
I don't understand this. Like, sometimes it won't be there, sometimes it will be there but grayed out, and then other times it will be there and be active. What the hell is going on here with this?
Alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
There we go. And it's not in this menu either. Interesting. Oh, I have never done that before. What? I did not realize that was the thing. How have I never done this?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Oh, he's up there. Shit, and there's like no way to climb up because it's all got those things. Shit. Alright. Well, that's my bad on that one.
Time to act.
Dog. When will we be able to pet dog, you bastards?
How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
It's insane that we had to point that out. You're supposed to be a detective. That should have... And, like, this is a lifelong obsession of yours to solve this mystery. And it's like, if there was something weird, like random clothes at the scene that never made any sense, as soon as you realize that people could get turned into water, you should have immediately made that connection. That seems like the most obvious thing in the world. Well, like, obviously, once you knew that people could get turned into water, it would be the most obvious thing in the world. And you shouldn't have had someone have to point that out to you, dude. I think she might just be a bad detective.
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think.
Powerful beard mustache combo.
Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
No, it's probably there was a secret that he couldn't risk getting out that he knew by going against that machine. In fact, we don't even know how the machine fully works. And that was what, what's his face, Letty? That's what he was looking into, was that machine. So maybe there's something up with that machine that's a big secret.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callis's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
I wonder if it is gonna be like subtle, where it's like, who could it be? Or if it's gonna be, you know, this guy's a fucking straight up supervillain, kind of like it's obvious. Well, the first two actually stayed in this area while the other one's in the city, so maybe it could be the person that's over in the city. They moved on. Want to get away from all of that. You know, never trust the police.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
Perhaps.
Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Wow, you're being very unsubtle about this.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation.
Well, then there's also the whole, well, what happens to decommissioned ones, though? I mean, at some point, some of them have to get, like, old or have to get, like, some sort of maintenance that they couldn't, like, really do, so they have to get rid of them. Where do ones that are being disregarded go? Discarded. Go.
I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Oh, is this a Murder on the Orient Express where it's everyone's actually involved in it and we're the only ones left out? It's like a multi-person scheme. Alright, well. Let's see what Going on? What's going on? Yeah.
Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case. All proof and no motive. If Paimon was shocked, Paimon would probably help whoever Paimon finds more trustworthy. Someone like the Traveler. Paimon doesn't feel like he was lying to us.
I like mustache Paimon.
He's good friends with Navia. Could he really be the culprit? Who would have imagined that people could really turn into water?
Damn, nailed it.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
I feel like he did it.
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
You want max drama? Make it the closest person to you that did the
You
crime.
don't need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Yeah, he's got the money to do it. And yeah, it's always like so many times when it's in a drama or something, it's like, oh, Uncle so-and-so, but you raised me after my dad died. You mean after I murdered him? Like all that kind of drama shit. It's like that number one suspect.
I'll just treat them as new samples.
Body and mind. Time to act.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up at the garden because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
I can't remember their names. Fuck. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Yes, like 100%.
Thierry, you say? It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah, had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
Still missing something. Yeah, I think it's him 100%.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Which also means that perhaps Merlus could also be a part of it.
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
Classic supervillainy.
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartak.
Motherfucker, there he is. Been waiting for him to pop back up, and of course it is.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Oh crap, we're holding his vision. Are we gonna become unwitting co-conspirators to his bullshit that's happening?
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Okay, I know why it's absurd, but why does he think it's absurd? I mean, we know that he, like, just got here in town, so it's like...
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away.
Yeah, he spent, like, the last, like, however long in fucking Leeway. I wonder what his timeline is. I should really look at that. Like, what has been Tartaglia's timeline throughout the game? We met him in Leeway, and that's where I mainly, like, think of him as being in Leeway. And then we did that quest with his little brother, and I think they went back to the homeland, and I can't remember if he ever showed up in Inazuma. And I think he might have briefly shown up in Sumeru. It's been 3 years, guys. It's hard to remember 1 out of frickin' 60 characters.
If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Oh yeah, plus I wonder if we get... I really want to see interactions between Lenny and Tartaglia, since they're both supposed to be... Well, I don't know. Lenny's not a harbinger. I can't remember. He's a Fatui, but I can't remember if they said he was a harbinger.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to auto it.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence. Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
That place?
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
Alright. I'm wary.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Why did it...
The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
It's kind of weird that they put us here. Alright, I'm wary about pushing forward now that I know it's gonna put us back into the thingy. The trial. Courthouse, that's the word. Just because last time we went there, we were kind of stuck in the courthouse for quite a while. So, I think I'm gonna end stream early here. So that next time we can go straight to courthouse and do all that, like, immediately. Because, hell yeah, let's do this. I am really excited to see Child get put on trial. I really think this game would be a bit better if, like I said, we did have, like, an actual team and we were actually traveling together with other companions, not just Paimon. Because it's like, Tartaglia has been in the game since the jump, and he feels like one of the more fleshed out characters just because we get to see him a lot more over the last 3 years.
This is what I call a moment of
Where
silence.
it's like, there's plenty of people from, like, Sumeru that we know still very little about, or really just not that much about. And, like, we don't see them in other nations and stuff. It's like, they just keep piling up more characters, and then they only use a handful where it's like, oh, this character's gonna go over to this nation for this event or whatever. Which they have been doing a lot more within the last few months, if not the last year, which I'm super happy about. But it's like, that's a hard balancing act when you have so many freaking characters. Like, a couple of them are just going to be always just going to be like background characters that had like one moment and that's it, which I'm okay with. But it's like, it feels like they really pushed Tartaglia a lot. It feels like out of everyone, he's the one that probably travels around the most out of all the other ancillary characters that we know about. But yeah. That is it for today, the end of day 1106 of streaming in a row. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be continuing with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yay! I'm super excited to get back into that. I mean, last time we found all the the whole underground structural stuff, which is super fucking cool, and I can't wait to hop back into that game. They just added so much more. Like, it's crazy how boring I thought the first game was to how extremely interesting I find the second game. And it's like, yes, let's see if they build a third one. And it's like, oh, there's even more castles in the sky and there's even deeper depths. Just like make everything vertical maps on it. That'd be cool. But yeah, that is it for today. Like I said, Zelda tomorrow. We'll hop back in to Genshin on Thursday. And like I said, we'll just hit the main story and go with it, because I kind of want to do some grinding off stream, so I don't want to get locked into the courthouse. So I'll do that in the meantime. But yeah, that is it for today. Like always, links down below for my Twitter, as well as links over to my YouTube channel where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And I'll catch you all tomorrow with Zelda. If not, see you guys back here on Thursday with some more Genshin Impact. Bye!